symptoms of mystery illness. And of course, it was known that they were having some COVID, infection before that. Well, today we have a very special session again, as I strive to bring good information for you all. I have a guest with me today who is a board certified pediatrician, and she is also a board certified obesity medicine specialist. She is also a board certified medical affairs specialist, and she is also a certified yoga instructor. My guest is definitely highly qualified to educate you today about the mystery illness and the COVID-19 symptoms in kids, in children, and how they can be treated, how the prevention can be made. So I would welcome my guest, Dr. Vijaya Nimma. Dr. Nimma, welcome to Community Special with Jyotsna.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for sparing time, your valuable time, and marking your presence with us today to educate the masses here, to the audience of Mana TV, basically.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the lovely introduction. And thank you, Mana TV, for giving me the opportunity, and you and the audience who are watching live.
So, Dr. Vijaya, I would like to know a little bit about you. My audience may be curious about your background as a pediatrician, and before, becoming a pediatrician, your educational background, experience and everything. Throw some light so that my people know well that I have a perfect guest to, educate them today.
Yeah, I basically did my MBBS in India. I came here in 1996, and then took my USMLE boards and got into residency, did pediatric residency from University of Medicine and Dentistry in New Jersey, and graduated in 2002, and since then have been practicing pediatrics. I've been a hospitalist, I've been a ER physician, I've been in primary care setting, being a primary care provider for kids. And then my interest in obesity has advanced me to further educate myself in obesity medicine, which recently I became board certified.
Excellent.
And my interest in yoga, I'm a certified yoga instructor. So
you come very decorated, and it's like one-stop solution. Parents will have full solution when they reach out to you to seek guidance. I mean, when you speak about being a board certified yoga specialist, people are very much sure that they will get a holistic approach of medication, where there would be ancient Vedic science of yoga applied, as well as the allopathic treatment, I believe.
Yes, definitely. Yes.
Perfect. So, Dr. Nimma, I would like you to throw some light, first of all, about this mystery illness, that has come up recently. Nobody was even thinking about, that this coronavirus infection would spread to kids, as people were relieved. So, throw light from the angle that how COVID has actually happened to some of the kids, and now it is turning into mystery illness. We would like to know more in detail about this from you.
As you know, COVID is a virus infection. When you say virus, what is it? It's a non-living particle with some genetic material in it and with a lipoprotein code, right? So it needs some host cell to survive. So unfortunately, the host cell was a bat, which transmitted the illness to the human beings, and now the lungs are the host cells predominantly. Okay, so it's surviving on human beings. So that's where the transmission rate has been high. So this has, like coming to children, it wasn't that much. Maybe it's because children's immune system is better than adults. There's one reason why that could be the reason. It never affected, it wasn't shown predominantly in kids. But of late, we see this new syndrome called pediatric multi-system syndrome, which is involving kids. And these studies have shown that the kids have been exposed anywhere between 2 to 6 weeks prior to the infection. And when you go to contact tracing, they've had a family member that have had illness, that they have had direct contact, If they didn't have a direct family member, either somebody that's been exposed to like any other person that's visiting them had been exposed, even though they didn't have symptoms when they came home. If you go contact tracing, you will find it. So they've been documented exposure, okay? And so the so that's how they've determined that they are COVID exposed, okay? And these kids ended up having fever for greater than 5 days, rash, which is very atypical, like peeling rash on the hands, and extremely red eyes, like conjunctivitis, but you won't see a discharge. In conjunctivitis, you would see a discharge, but in this, it's like bloodshot eyes, okay? And they have like cracked lips, like dry cracked lips, swollen tongue, which almost appears like a strawberry when you open the mouth. And they have swollen lymph nodes, especially in the neck area. And also they're very irritable, the kids. So these features, this has been mimicking a Kawasaki disease. So this drew the attention of the providers. And these kids have been admitted in the hospital. And when they did COVID testing in all of these patients, they have found that either they had the nasopharyngeal swab that was positive or their antibodies were positive.
Now, I'm curious, thank you for these valuable inputs. When we speak about some symptoms showed up in physical form, they had some, like allergy symptoms, or say chapped lips and high fever and everything. And this all happened, I mean, they got to know only after the fact that they had COVID. It was not that during the COVID time they got to know, right?
Yes, yes.
So now with Kawasaki disease, as you speak about, is mystery-less syndrome. Are these the features that correlate to Kawasaki disease? What is Kawasaki disease? I mean,
these are the symptoms that I mentioned right now are almost Kawasaki symptoms, okay? Kawasaki symptoms usually appear in less than 5-year-old kids, whereas the multi-system inflammatory syndrome, they've seen up to 21 years of age.
Wow.
Right? Unlike children less than 5 years. Okay, so they have had deaths that with kids of 5 years of age, 7 years of age, and 18 years of age. So when you see the guidelines by the health department, they have put the guidelines up to 21 years now. Okay, in reality, Kawasaki is usually less than 5 years of age. Okay.
Okay.
And the symptoms are the same that I've mentioned before. Again, conjunctivitis, high fever, cracked lips, strawberry tongue. Again, you can have joint pains, headache, myalgias, body aches, and abdominal pain is something that's very common too. Okay.
Wow. Okay. Thank you so much. Thanks for all these inputs, Dr. Vijaya. Now, the thing is about, like if we segregate these age groups, there are infants, okay? So there are toddlers. And then, of course, you speak about preteens and teens, as you segregated it, saying that Kawasaki would, imitate for kids up to 5 years of age. And after that, it's more about multi-symptom inflammatory syndrome, right? And I'm trying to technically correct myself there with the terms. Now, as far as this infection is spreading, you're saying it might have been through contact tracing, some family member might have given to them and all. Right?
Yes, for the hospitalized patients, when they found some source that have been there, like for the infection to happen in the kids.
Basically, because kids are not coming out these days.
That's correct,
lockdown is the situation, nobody's sending their kids to play dates or anything. Nothing is happening exactly. Either it could be a probable factor that somebody's having a food delivery at home or something like that, right?
Yes. But definitely when you go contact tracing, they have found a positive source.
Okay. Getting it. Thank you. So now with the symptoms, you clarified this thing right now. How much fatal is this? This is what is happening is the kid already had met with, COVID infection. They somehow got cured as well. Their fever reduced and all right over the period of time. And then what happened was later on when the hospitalization happened, something grave happened where we heard of having like the kids had cardiac arrest. How does this transition into cardiac arrest or this kind of organ failure?
Because this is involving the medium sized arteries. Okay, so it's causing inflammation of the blood vessels. So obviously it's involving the coronary arteries in the heart. Okay, so it's inflaming, that's causing the cardiac arrest most of the time. See, even Kawasaki does that, so that's why we follow through. Right, every kid that has Kawasaki is followed through 8 weeks minimum, and then if they have cardiac problems, and further by cardiologist for a longer period of time. So it's mainly the inflammation of the blood vessels that's causing the problem. So it's causing disruption of the blood flow to every organ in the body, not just the heart.
Oh, wow.
Okay? So that's what is causing the problem here. That's why it's multi-system.
So basically multi-system organ failure may happen as well.
Yes, exactly.
Oh my God, that's scary.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And nobody knows how it's happening, why it's happening.
So what are the statistics right now? If you have any statistics available, what kind of infections are spread out?
There have been, I'm not so sure, but as of date, I know in New York, it's 5 deaths. I don't know in other states, not much.
Okay, 5 deaths. And
yeah. In New Jersey, 8 cases, but no reported deaths as of yet.
Fine. Any account of COVID infections in kids that we have got to know? I mean, any number where we would say, okay, these many kids or children were COVID positive?
These, I think the one that reported all were COVID positive.
Other than that, I mean, not Kawasaki disease, but COVID positive patients, any data with you? Sorry, it's a tricky question. I know you might not be having the statistics.
For children, you mean?
Yes.
Okay, I don't have the latest, but right now we have 35,000 COVID cases all over US, not for multi-system.
No, but 35,000 children got infected?
Yes.
Oh my God. I mean, we were simply not aware of this fact. I mean, most of us, we thought kids are not getting it exactly. 35,000 is still a big number in USA.
These are positive cases. Those that are asymptomatic, there are many. So, but these are tested cases.
Wow. Okay, now. Okay, sorry. So now it comes to, when it comes to preventing this thing, precautions. What are the preliminary set of precautions parents should pursue? Specifically, we understand the kids, small kids, toddlers or younger, of course, infants is a different story altogether. They would not like to wear anything like masks and gloves. What is the way out to influence them to wear the masks? And how do we take the precaution of washing their hands and everything?
Yeah, I mean, there's no alternative to washing the hands. You have to encourage them to wash their hands, either play their favorite song or sing a happy birthday song, whatever it may be. Just encourage them to wash their hands for 20 seconds. And hand sanitizer is another way, but kids may not like it. And wearing a mask, of course, it's not recommended for less than 2-year-old kids. Usually now CDC recommends wearing a cloth mask. So you can make it kid friendly, picking a design, and you can ask the kid to draw on the mask to encourage them wearing. It's very hard. It's, kids won't like it, but you have to get them into wearing it just for protection. Especially when you go for public places where you take them to a doctor's office, which are important, or if mom cannot leave the child behind and has to run to a grocery store, which is very important. So in such cases, I would recommend kids wearing a mask. A cloth mask is recommended by CDC. I can't say as parents, but yes, by CDC, it's good enough. If you have, suppose, and the other instances, like if the
Dr. Vijaya, I will interrupt you once. I think I'm getting one call just in case if this caller, hello. Okay, so when we work from virtual studios, technology fails us sometimes. Well, I'll wait for the call again. When it comes, I'll connect it. Somebody's trying to reach out to ask questions. Definitely, they have a lot of questions I know pretty well. So sorry, you can resume what you were saying now.
And And if so the kids want to play outside, right? So they want to ride a bike or just walk or just be outside in the backyard or front yard, wherever. So you should, if there are no kids around, it's okay. You don't need to put a mask on them. You can let them play or do whatever. But if you see, like, encourage them. If you know at least 6 feet social distancing, even if they don't want to wear a mask, it's fine as long as they maintain a 6 feet social distancing. But if you can get into the habit of them wearing a mask, that's more preferable.
So, I mean, I like your creative idea of drawing something on their masks that they love as a creativity, piece, and then they put it in their face.
It's like they own it. So, but again, sometimes choking is a hazard. So you have to keep that in mind, especially parents.
In what sense the choking would be a hazard?
It's a cloth, so, it can block, it's completely blocking, right? So where is they are breathing in their CO2, so it's like.
So then I have a very particular question about it. If it is about a choking hazard, then we would not be able to know. I mean, sometimes small kids would not be able to tell even that they are not able to breathe or not, right?
That's correct.
In that situation, how would a parent be able to assess?
You have to take close look at your child. The child gets very irritable right away. So then, you just take the mask off.
Are there any other symptoms, like the child may feel too sleepy or?
Yes, it's hard to tell with the mask on, blue lips and all, getting into hypoxia. Suddenly change in behavior. That's what I would call it,
Okay, if they feel that they are feeling asphyxiated, they would change their behavior. Right, perfect. And one more thing now, as far as infants are concerned. Now, if there is a COVID parent who got, this infection, what happens to breastfeeding moms? Like if a mom has got infection, she's breastfeeding, what do you suggest?
Breastfeeding is allowed as long as she wears a mask and she cleans her breast area very well and take all the contact precautions. But ideally, you would want to express the milk from the breast and feed the child, ideally. But if some parents, if they insist, these are the precautions that the parent has to take. Okay. Again, the kid can be tested if the mom is positive, right? You would want to test the kid and then repeat, if the kid is positive, and repeat the testing in 14 days. If the mom is, ideally, in ideal situations, mom should be 72 hours without fever, and she should have a negative test, ideally. But again, situations vary. Some parents live in 1-bedroom apartment. There is no way that they can isolate and the kids have to stay. So they're single parents, a lot of situations. So you have to play by what the parent wants also.
This becomes very tricky. Of course, kids cannot stay without their mothers. This small kids, of course, when we speak about.
That's correct, yeah.
And about the bigger kids, for them, how is their recovery rate or their, immune system as far as age groups are concerned? Who is more prone to get it from this children category as well? Is there any benchmark somewhere when we speak about toddlers, infants, and teenage kids?
It's anybody, but more, the teenagers, because they cannot resist themselves staying home. They do go out and they don't follow the guidelines for precaution. They don't come and wash hands. They don't wear a mask. So these are the same. They are more vulnerable, as I would say, but anybody that's exposed is vulnerable. I know you're laughing. I think you face the same with your child.
I have a kid who's about to be a teenager. So yes, I sense it when you speak about they wouldn't wash their hands, they wouldn't listen, they would want to go out. And it's too much of, checks that we have to keep as parents. Although toddlers may listen more, we sometimes feel like that, basically. That's why I'm laughing.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Thank you. So, Dr. Nima, another question. It relates to the well visits of the kids who are due for their immunizations, their annual physicals, right?
Correct.
What is suggested there?
We do recommend right now. Earlier, CDC recommended to see kids under 2 years of age for well checks, even during the peak COVID season.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, it says if the doctor's offices are willing to, they can open up for regular checkups. And you can, if as a parent, if you are concerned going to the doctor's office, you can talk to the doctor about their precautions that they're taking in the office. Some doctor's offices have divided well visits and sick visit time. And also, they make them sit in the car and bring them in only when the other one leaves. Okay, it's one patient at a time.
Okay.
It's very scheduled. You can talk to your doctor regarding all that before you go for well checks. Yes, I would recommend, because you don't want to fall behind in vaccinations, especially the preschoolers. It's very important because again, come winter again, flu season will begin, and it's very important. And also, especially for 1-year-old kids, the measles and varicella vaccine, it's very important to catch up on that, because we have seen some outbreaks recently in South Jersey here, because I live in New Jersey, I'm talking about that. So you can have outbreaks of these contagious diseases. So it's very important to catch up on immunizations.
So basically take all precautions, but do get your kids immunized for sure.
Yes. And if the doctor, like telehealth, if you have like some anticipatory guidance and you want some suggestions regarding well check, not physical exam, but you can go on telehealth. Most doctors are offering telehealth right now. So you can also talk to your doctor on virtually.
So I have a curious question with you, as you are a practicing pediatrician. How is it happening with you? Are you are you giving the, like a treatment over telephone, or you're visiting the office nowadays?
I'm doing both. Once or twice a week, I do go to office, and then I see visits mainly, and I screen sick visits as needed. I bring them in. If something that I cannot see virtually, I bring them into the office. The other days I do telehealth, which is going pretty well as of now. I've had no issues in terms of, yes, it's virtual, so what you want to see, you may not be able to see very clearly, but it's better than the child not getting care. So
perfect.
and the parents are liking it, so it's not a problem. So they have not complained. In fact, they just want to be on telehealth. They are afraid to come to office.
No, indeed, it is a best practice right now. If the doctor can sense the illness of the children, if it is not that grave, it is better to have the medication done on telephone than, spread the infection. Kids are anyways prone to everything. And when parents are not left behind, what can we speak about kids?
Absolutely.
So Dr. Nima, I have a lot of things to ask from you. I know this is just the first session where I'm talking about mystery illness and COVID-19 and all. As your, qualifications speak about that you are a board certified, obesity medicine specialist as well. And as well as you are a certified yoga instructor. I would like to amalgamate your expertise, to link up with the kids and their upbringing. I know when they're at home, obesity can be an issue right now. And as well as we would like to, dive a little bit deep into the yogic kriyas and some practices and breathing exercises where we, explore more about what can be done with the kids at home to to boost their immunity. I will go for a short break right now before we discuss both of these important topics after this short break. So please, make those points well versed where we can, share the information with our audience. So my dear audience, we're going for a very short break right now. Since Dr. Nimma is qualified enough into a lot of good things about yoga and as well as obesity medicine specialty, we will explore more with respect to the kids, how best we can, keep them fit at home. Wait for a little while. We'll be back soon.
Welcome to Yoga and You, the mantra for life. I am your instructor Kamini. I would like to take you on this beautiful journey towards health and happiness. Are you
Yoga and You, the mantra for life. Only on Mana TV International every Sunday and Wednesday from 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
Brand new show, Yoga and You, the mantra for life.
Investors, NRIA is making a special accommodation to help at this time. Use your 401k and invest in 10% cash flow realty with $750 million of new construction. Visit us at nria.net or call 201-210-2727.
Each person has a special story of their own life, a story of their dreams, their aspirations, some motivation, some connections, some emotions, and whatnot. And every story is important. Every life is important. Every person uniquely contributes one way or other to the world. That's where we at Mana TV want to bring special stories of special, rather normal people who are doing something extraordinary. It's my story. That's the name of our new series that is going to come to your homes through Mana TV. We want to stay connected with you to explore more about your stories. So do drop in to our studios to share your stories.
प्यार दीवाना होता है गाता रहे मेरा दिल
Nostalgia, the show that'll take you into the memory lane of golden era of music. रात कली एक ख्वाब में आई
और गले
Jyotsna, and today we are in conversation with a pediatrician whose name is Dr. Vijaya Nimaya, and she is an excellent person having multiple certifications to her name, added to her name, and experience. She is a board certified obesity medicine specialist. She is a certified yoga instructor, and of course she is a board certified pediatrician, as I said, and she is a board certified medical affairs specialist as well. In our first session, we spoke about COVID-19, symptoms in the kids, the mystery illness, the symptoms in the kids. Now we are coming to the topic where we will speak about how to keep kids healthy at home. While the kids are home, you know it pretty well, they want to eat something or other. They just want to keep munching. And when this munching exceeds certain levels, obesity is a problem that can come into their lives. And I'm pretty sure parents are already struggling to keep their obesity levels in check. And now they have a double duty of keeping their kids in shape. To that reason, I will, ask Dr. Nimma a couple of questions about how to keep the weight of kids in, check, basically, how to keep them healthy with their food habits, their daily habits as they pursue their, day-to-day activities that they should, do so that their mental and physical both health remain in shape. So Dr. Nimma,
Yes.
I would ask, first of all, what should be the normal day-to-day activity assigned to a child to keep a healthy weight? I know they're at home right now, and it's homeschooling, right now.
Even in schools, it's recommended 60 minutes of physical activity every day is recommended.
60 minutes.
60 minutes.
60
Yes.
minutes. Now
Yes.
they cannot go out.
Yes.
I mean, parents are scared. How to create that kind of activity schedule at home? What would be the alternates? Would yoga be a good alternate?
Yoga is a good alternate. Dancing, I would encourage even the parents to dance with the kids just to get them grooving. And even walking in your front yard or backyard, wherever. Just if you have a deck, just walk on your deck, wherever. Just coming outdoors is very, very important, especially the weather is getting better now in the northeast side. So it's very important to get out. Physical activity, I would say, is the key during this season. I would call the COVID season. Very, very important. Every child should.
Right. Sorry, I will interrupt here. But my concern is parents are literally very scared to send their kids out. Is it safe to send them out at all? Little bit in the front yard, backyard?
As long as you know there are nobody around, yes, it is safe to send the kids out. Okay. I know there is, it's a saying that it's airborne too, but it's not proven. So even if it is, if there is nobody around, you're at low risk. So I would recommend getting out, because it helps not only for their physical body and development, but also in their emotional well-being. It's very important. That's what they're missing: their friends, they're missing their teachers, they're missing their plays at school, a lot of activities which they do. It's a lot, for a teenager and other age group kids. So coming out refreshes everything, actually. Decreases the obesity, number one, just having some walk. They will limit their intake of food, and they'll feel better. And also, you can pick a day for dance, pick a day for healthy eating, pick a day for cooking together, pick a family time where you chat with everybody, with the kids, involving the kids, so that they're also involved. And also, as a parent, because most parents are working from home, you can show them what you do on a daily basis, just to keep them interested. This is what can be done in future for them too.
So my second question, thanks for these inputs. My second question would be, any breaks in their eating pattern? I mean, you will get to eat this after this time. Any particular set intervals you would like to suggest?
You can always do a positive reinforcement, especially for healthy foods. How many kids are eating fruits? I don't know. So because of boredom or whatever, they resort to comfort foods. It's hard for me even to say, because I experienced the same. I'm no different than any other parent. But again, you have to wisely decide how much are they taking in a day. And
how many chips packets in a day do you suggest? Okay, I know it's an unhealthy question altogether. Chips are not recommended. How many cookies and chips would you recommend? It's okay, it's a cheese to eat because can't help it. What do you suggest there?
It's you do get 100-calorie packs, right? It doesn't mean you have to eat 300-calorie packs. It's only 100-calorie pack. So that's where I would draw the line. Count your calories.
How many fruits minimum in a day are suggested for healthy upkeep of the child?
I would say 4 to 6 servings of fruit.
4 to 6 servings. Okay. I mean, I'm equating them 4 to 6 servings in a month. I may meet the target.
No, but that's what getting into healthy eating is very important.
Are just not getting into healthy eating. They just want all outside food or anything, because now what has happened is we are stocking upon food which is kind of chips, cookies, and all those kind of things, or something preservative, laden foods that they are consuming. That is the issue. So what are the foods that you would ask them to avoid? Which, what is the effect of preservatives? I'll ask particularly, here, because most of the things in lockdown, they've kept such food which will be not perishable. I mean, which goes for some longer duration of time, whether it is muffins or whatever, some duration of time, and they add preservatives to them. What is the effect of preservatives on the health of a child, as far as weight is concerned and other, body immunity is concerned?
There are some studies that have shown other problems other than obesity. Yes, obesity is also a risk. I can't put cancer and all those things up on the plate, but some other disruption in your regular health, it has happened. Again, it's not my expertise to go in detail with that, but in general, I can say it's unhealthy.
Okay, getting. Thank you. I'm a little tricky host as far as it comes to interviewing my best guests, and I try to extract the maximum possible information. So, Dr. Nima, don't feel uncomfortable. I know I'll cross my boundaries.
Next time you'll have the answer for that. I'll research more on that.
All right, thank you so much for that. Now, another question, as far as these kids are concerned, what are good breathing exercises you would suggest, being a certified yoga instructor? What equally parents can do, and kids can actually watch and learn and do the same. What could be good for their health, boosting their lungs and their immunity?
So in a daily practice, we can do deep inhalation and exhalation. That's good enough. You just sit quiet in one corner or wherever, even in a chair like this, and just continue to breathe in and out. But to kids, to give them a focus, you have to put something different. If I say do Anulom Vilom, they're not going to do it.
No, never. Okay.
You have to play around. You have to say do a balloon breath. Okay. So you breathe in and blow into the balloon. That gives them good lung exercise. Okay. In and then hold a balloon, blow into the balloon, expand the balloon. That's a very good one. So another one, a square breath. These are more kid friendly.
So can you repeat one more time? When you say balloon breath, means they need to have some balloon in their hands?
They have to have a balloon.
Okay.
Yeah, it's ideal, but you can, if you have a balloon, for sure, you can say, oh, you're going to expand your lungs like a balloon.
Wow.
You can show that. Okay. If not, you have to, it's hard to pretend. Sometimes it's good to have a balloon,
Absolutely.
And the other thing is a square breath, which sometimes I practice with the kids. It's like you breathe in for 4, you hold for 4, and you breathe out for 4, and you hold for 4. That's why it's called a square breath. Okay.
So you breathe in for 4 seconds.
Yes.
Hold it for 4 seconds.
Yes.
Breathe out for 4 seconds, and then again breathe in for 4 seconds.
That's correct.
Okay, perfect.
So you can close your eyes, and then you can imagine a square. Like I would, if you don't mind me drawing on a paper,
Sure.
I'll show you. So it's like this. You have to say, breathe in for 4, hold, breathe out, and hold. It's like pretend, they have to imagine a square, or they can simply keep drawing. Okay, breathe in, like breathe in, hold, breathe out, and hold. So it's something kid friendly, so they understand that if you say square breath, they remember that, and it calms them.
Okay. So how many times can they do it, and what are the good timings for that? In morning, evening, afternoon, or before?
Any breath work is best done in the morning, or before you eat a heavy meal.
Okay, so before you eat, then, or early morning.
Yeah.
About these, okay, these are the 2 exercises, right?
There's one more if excuse me, sorry.
It's okay. Because I want to take
new, it's called 4-7-8 breath. It reduces anxiety, and it kids can sleep better, or not just kids, even adults can practice.
Excellent. We would like to know.
It's called 4-7-8 breath. What you do is, for this, I just have to demonstrate. Your tongue is by the upper teeth, okay?
Okay.
And now breathe in for 4.
So you said our tongue is behind the upper teeth.
Correct. It's touching the base of your,
Okay.
Like okay. Then close your mouth and breathe in for 4. And you hold for 7. Okay. And then when you exhale, you have to make a shh sound for 8 seconds.
Tricky.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this one is a little tricky, but it's very, it's not in the...
What do they call this? 4-7-8? If we were to search it somewhere?
Breath. Yeah.
4-7-8 breath?
I'm giving you something different from Anulom Vilom, Kapalbhati, and all.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, kids like to work with numbers. They're smart kids. And this motivates them better when we say 4-4-4, 4-7-8. They're like, okay, there's a code.
Yeah, see, that's why I gave you these
like
breaths.
this approach. I like this approach for sure. Thank you.
So 4-7-8 breaths. So, but the exhalation is 8, but it has to be with a sudden, whooshing sound. Like that.
Now I'll ask you to demonstrate it. While you will not speak, just show it.
Okay. I'm going to go on it now.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Demonstrations
Anytime
are
you
over
do a
better.
sure breath, it relaxes you automatically. I don't know, it's there. So some people have been practicing this.
No,
It's
that's
something
excellent. You were speaking about that it reduces anxiety even in
that's correct.
adults, right?
Yes,
It
yes,
focuses them.
yes.
And what is the other benefit you said?
Reduces ADHD, especially for kids.
Oh, it's very good for ADHD. Oh, nice. That's nice. Interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm more privileged today. I have a perfect guest today, who's amalgamating the medicine with the yoga. I
And,
always feel
then
happy.
the last one, I would say simple humming breath,
Mm-hmm.
like breathe in,
Mm-hmm.
and when you breathe out, make a bee humming sound. Again, breathe in and just sometimes we tend to close our ears, even without doing anything. They can just do the simple
Excellent.
humming breath sound.
So this exercise will definitely give them a calm mind, and the anxiety will reduce for sure. And I believe the ADHD will also get,
Yes. It will
good.
help the ADHD, attention deficit, and hyperactivity.
Awesome. So these are the breathing exercises. You feel that the lungs will work better and the immunity will develop from that perspective.
Immunity, yes and no. There's no proven fact, because our traditional Anulom Vilom are more into that. So these are, I told you this because they are little kid friendly. That's why.
Perfect, perfect. It's entertaining, it's kid friendly, and moreover, they need to work out something sitting at home. So I believe excellent exercise. They might, I believe it will increase their appetite also later on. I mean, good food, good sleep, basically. As far as sleeping pattern is concerned, as a pediatrician, what do you suggest? I did ask this question with another psychiatrist who came into my interview a couple of days back. From a pediatrician's perspective, what is the suggested sleep time for these kids to have strong immunity? Because I know for sure, if you don't sleep well, you may fall sick. Not just COVID, but you can catch any illness.
That's correct. Anywhere between 6 to 8 hours of sleep is definitely recommended. For age group, I would say teenage kids, because older kids need to sleep 9 hours at least. Not older, younger kids. Okay. And the real infants, they sleep 18 hours per day, and that's normal for them. That's how they grow. So I'm talking about adults and regular. It's 6 to 8 hours of sleep is definitely recommended.
Perfect. Now I will come to a question regarding the food, that is to be given to sick kids when they have, if COVID infection, they get it. What do you suggest that they should be eating? For adults, I have got to know, hearsay that they say they were not able to eat anything. In this situation, when adults themselves fail to eat anything, it's very tough to feed kids. What do you suggest should be fed to them? Or if they're not feeding well, what should be done?
Luckily, that has not been a major issue in kids, luckily. But again, anything, keep them hydrated. Number one, if they don't want to eat solids, it's fine, but make sure they're very well hydrated. Okay. Good intake of fluids, any kind. Okay. Is in water, simple Gatorade, ginger ale, oral rehydration, anything, keeping hydrated is the most important thing. And again, anything they like, you can give, especially when they're sick. Important thing is you want them to survive through the sickness too. Some nutrition is important. Also, extra C always helps. People are scared of hypervitaminosis. Yes, there is a risk, but with vitamin C, that's not much of a risk as long as your kidneys are functioning, your livers are functioning fine, you will excrete it out. So you're not going to take that on a daily basis. So I still feel it's okay. Extra C, zinc is recommended.
Extra C means it's a vitamin C you are speaking about. They should take vitamin C.
That's correct. You can give naturally or in the chewable forms for kids, lemons and other vitamin C rich foods. Okay, so you can give all of that.
To name a few vitamin C rich foods, if I were to speak.
The berries, the kiwi, and the lemons especially.
Mhm.
And you do get, because in Indian stores, you do get the gooseberries too, so you can use them.
Okay. Amla, right? In Hindi, they say amla, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And nowadays, this everybody is following the cocktail of mixing turmeric, ginger, honey, pepper.
Right,
It
right,
all
right.
works. It all boosts up immunity.
So one more thing I've heard of is that I mean, people usually hearsay again that says they don't drink cold things, cold water. For adults, what they've been practicing is hot water or warm water to feed. Like, of course, they were taking ginger juice and turmeric and honey and all those things. As far as kids are concerned, is it okay to give them cold juices?
If that's what they want, something, it's fine. But again, it's our Indian way of telling take warm thing. There's no return thing that they have, that they cannot take cold stuff. So
Oh, is that so? Okay, fine. I mean, just generally, yes. Very
because
good.
you're automatically, your lungs feel better when you take warm stuff. So we do recommend soups and all. But again, if you've seen kids survive on orange juice and they do well. So
And those orange juices have a lot of sugar in them. They're not 100% orange juices,
that's
right?
correct. Yeah.
Okay, so kids, yes, it's God's creation, God takes care of them, of course. Thankfully, lesser infections happened with kids, that was a blessing amidst this COVID,
That's correct. Yes.
pandemic. Otherwise, it could have been terrible for the entire, humanity, rather, I would have said, from that angle.
That's correct.
And
Yes.
pretty much I have, so many questions. And anything else you also want to suggest from this perspective of prevention and, good health for these kids overall?
For these kids, it's, especially teenagers and all, it's a more psychological thing. They should, when they start getting back, they shouldn't be doing a blaming game. Like, it's called xenophobia. You cannot pick on one particular, community that's causing the sickness, which has happened, and the kids tend to pick up on those things. So that's something that they need to be talked about.
Okay, Dr. Vijay, I think your internet connection is going.
Situations like.
1 second, sorry, I'm just.
I think it started raining here. I hear the rain sound.
Okay, the thunderstorm. All right. So we lost you in between when you spoke about xenophobia. So what you meant to say is basically, of course, Dr. Vijay is saying when these kids, teenagers would go back to school sometime, do not label a particular community about the spread. Don't put a blame game.
That's correct.
Keep the politics aside and keep the youth alive and friendship alive amongst yourself and your peers. Do not label anyone because it's not a labeled, disease. It's spreading evenly amongst everybody right now.
That's correct. Yes.
All right. Thank you. And we have pretty much covered about sleeping and everything. With obesity that you speak about, are there any particular exercises that reduce obesity in kids?
No. Any exercise is good exercise. Okay. No particular exercise. You can do cardio. Of course, cardio is always recommended.
What is cardio basically? What all comprises of cardio for kids?
Running, walking, again, that should be coupled with some high intensity workouts, where you build up your muscle. That's also, you're burning more calories with that. So
I have one specific question regarding Surya Namaskar, an exercise that can possibly be done by most of the age groups. Conditionally, they don't have any issue of joints and all, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
How do you suggest that Surya Namaskar would help kids about their strengthening, building their strength in their muscles, as well as keeping check over weight and anything? I mean, generally curious to know.
It's a sun salutation is a vinyasa flow, so it's going to attack all parts of your body. So it's lubricating your joints, it's giving the flexibility, it's stretching the muscles. So definitely go for it.
How many Surya Namaskar sun salutations a kid can do? Generally curious to know. Kid, I'm speaking about in the range of say 5 years to 15 years. Varied. Okay. So looks like
they if they can do up to 12 rounds of it, absolutely.
okay, 12 rounds. Dr. Vijaya says 12 rounds of sun salutations are also good for kids. I'm pretty sure they will get tired.
It's from my side, it could be different.
No, I understand. See, we have to get them to stretch 60 minutes of exercise, a cardio to keep them busy and make them hungry, eat good food, So we need to inculcate some good exercise habits. That's why I'm trying to take it out from you. What could be suggested, so that it just increases their,
Yes. Yeah.
immunity and everything. And of course, their urge to eat good food afterwards, they work out,
That's correct. Yeah.
Fine. Thank you, Dr. Vijaya. In fact, you have given us very, good insight about, the disease as is and the prevention as they can follow. And any particular instructions you would like to give to the parents as such?
See, because this topic is about mystery illness, I would say do not be afraid of this mystery illness. It's very rare in kids. And the treatments that they have given the kids have responded, most kids. So it's same thing like you treat for Kawasaki disease. We do give immunoglobulins, they do put them on steroids and give aspirin for prevention of heart problems. So it's, but if you see the symptoms, you have to address them because a delay in treatment could cause permanent heart damage. So,
can you please enumerate the symptoms once again, just in case when we speak about Kawasaki disease, what are the symptoms that showed up, or even the multi-system inflammatory syndrome, bodily symptoms, physical symptoms, outside, exterior, as well as fever and all. One more time, if you would like to enumerate them.
Yeah, it's a fever, rashes in different stages of evolvement. Like it's called polymorphous rash. Some can in stages of healing, some are developing rashes, peeling of the hands and feet, strawberry tongue, cracking of the lips, bloodshot eyes. These are all the symptoms to look for. Abdominal pain, diarrhea, vomiting, muscle aches, joint aches. Okay, so these are all the things that they can look for.
Thank you so much.
But yes, they have to address all this
Immediately. Okay, perfect.
The delay in treatment can cause permanent damage. That's all. If it is multi-system involvement, so then you want to address it as soon as possible.
Thank you so much, doctor. I believe I have one caller. Let me see if I'm able to pick this call. Hello. Can you hear me? Yes. May I know your name, please?
My name is Kedar.
Kedar, can you please ask your question? I will repeat the question for the doctor just in case if she is not able to hear though. Yes, please, Kedar. Sorry, I have a caller, doctor. Yeah.
I'm just here to listen.
We have so many channels to listen, Kedar. Why do you have to call to
He's
the
my
phone?
classmate. I think that's why.
Oh, you're listening through a phone. You can watch us on the Facebook page of Mana TV. You can watch us on YUPP TV platform. You can watch us on the manatv.net and a lot of channels.
I'm sorry, I lost that.
Sure. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Oh, it's your classmate. That's nice. Excellent. So what's happening is for last 2-3 sessions, it has so happened some people call to listen on the phone, and Mana TV takes pride in spreading the message through different avenues. We are definitely available on Mana TV platform as is. Then we have a Facebook page, Mana TV. We also have a YouTube link where you can watch us on YouTube link of Mana TV as well. So we are also available on YUPP TV. Or you can just simply do www.manatv.net. So we are available at multiple platforms. That's how, we have a wider outreach. Almost 14 million viewers is the, base that we have who get to watch us. And definitely my target is to bring good quality of information, right inspiration and motivation for the community that we live in. That is the reason I every time strive to get very nice guests like you who can add to the value of living, basically. So Dr. Nimma, you have given great insights to us today. We are very thankful to you for your time. And you practice in New Jersey, you said, right?
Yes.
So is this your personal practice or you practice as a
No,
group?
I work for a federal health center.
Oh, you work for a federal
And
health
a
center.
private office.
Okay.
Yeah.
And a private office as well. So in
Yeah.
case people want to reach out to you, they can definitely reach out to your private office as well.
Yes.
Any
No business promotions from my end because I truly work for different people.
right? No, but then it's not about business promotion. It's about reaching out to the good doctor. I am not promoting you. It is not a paid show. You know it pretty well. But if you would like to throw some light about your private practice, I would not mind. In fact, people would like to know for sure. Since you are in New Jersey, the New Jersey people will benefit. Would you like to share the information?
Yeah, I work for a federal health center. That is my main job. And the other job that I do is working for a friend. I would take his name because I do work from it's Dr. Gaurang Patel. So I work for his practice. So, that's where they can come if they want to see me privately.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time today, doctor. And I'm not finishing it today exactly. I am just leaving you for a while we will come back in another session with you because you are a certified yoga instructor. We will see you in your yoga suit and you will teach our audience about some healthy exercises that would relate to keeping their joints fit, their lungs fit, and their bodies fit, and their mind fit. We will wait for that because I know you are a treasure of information and guidance that we can seek from you. So we will leave you for a while, but my dear audience, we will come back with Dr. Vijaya for another session. She will be our yoga instructor in the next session though. Thank you so much for your time, doctor, today.
It's my pleasure to be here today, and I hope to see you in future. Definitely in my yoga. That's
absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So my dear viewers, thank you so much for your time today. I am pretty sure you might have gained a lot of information about the mystery illness, the COVID-19 in kids, how you can keep them happy, how you can keep them healthy. Their breathing techniques that Dr. Vijaya has taught are definitely informative and fun related. Like they're having a fun value. So you can actually act together and act this well and keep your breathing intact. Well. We will sign off today with all this, and we will come back with another important and fruitful session where we will add to the great health of the community. Till then, thank you. Stay safe, stay blessed, and stay at home. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Welcome to Yoga and You, the mantra for life. I am your instructor, Kamini. I would like to take you on this beautiful journey towards health and happiness. Are you
Yoga
ready?
and You, the mantra for life. Only on Mana TV International every Sunday and Wednesday from 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
Brand new show, Yoga and You, the mantra for life.
Investors, NRIA is making a special accommodation to help at this time. Use your 401k and invest in 10% cash flow realty with $750 million of new construction. Visit us at nria.net or call 201-210-2727.
Each person has a special story, a story